The seating capacity is 65,000 at Ford Field, and we are right around that number today. A good crowd on hand and seemingly ready to go in the Motor City. Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing from the outset is Penix. And this is what here? Incomplete, they say. It looked like it was intercepted, but he apparently did not get the 2 feet down in bounds. Here's 2nd and 10. A run for the first time with Bijan Robinson. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. You talk about this Lions defense. They played extremely well last week in that win over the Packers.
The best defenses I know, they draw lines in the sand and say you're not going to cross that. For most of them, it's 100 yards of total offense. It didn't quite accomplish that, but still a pretty darn good game last week. Just over 100 yards of total offense given up.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons.
Now, that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Play action is supposed to be used to slow down pressure, slow down blitzes. In this case, though, if it takes a little too long to develop, you got people right in your face.
And lucky just to get rid of the ball with the arm going forward. Could have been a fumble. Now a 2nd and 10. Robinson on a give right side. Ooh, with a juke. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Back to Robinson now on 1st down. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now, this defense for the Lions, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
They sure did, and the key number to me was total offense allowed, which was barely over 100 yards. That's a heck of a sign that this defense is really putting all the pieces together and doing it cohesively.
Again, it's Robinson. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
12 yards is the pickup. Good for a 1st down for the Falcons. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this 1st quarter. Looking to throw, Penix. Complete to Washington. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Now a 2nd and 2. Back to the ground with Robinson. And here he'll get it down to the 7. A 5-yard gain there makes it 1st and goal.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the 1st quarter.
They'll run with Robinson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. From the shotgun, it's Penix. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? That ball is caught. It's London for the Atlanta touchdown. A great effort there with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Falcons are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Nice drive, Tim. Nice drive, man. Nice drive. I don't see why you're 5-7. That's unacceptable. What the fuck, dog? 5-7. Tins is 5-7, man. I know, and then the irony is Def Jam is 10-2. What? All right, my man. Let's see what kind of defense you like to use. You like that baseline shit, or do you run it straight up?
Off in this Lions offense, set for a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Now they'll change things around before the snap. Drive starts with a run from Gibbs. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first
Oh,
downs.
excuse me.
They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
Come on, bud. Bite on it. Bite on it. I want you to bite on it hard.
Out of the gun. Goff. Throw left side complete. That's Gibbs. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. 2nd down. The Lions at 10-2 on the year, and they coming on a pretty good roll here.
What?
3 straight.
Hey man, I had a bad season last year. We were 4-12, some shit like that. Let the clock dry up.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
With the Lions, so it all began in the beginning of the season, week 1. Coach's thing, you know what I mean, storyline, whatever. And they ask you about player, you know, a certain player. Well, then I answered the question for a certain player, and the player was mad, so it knocked off 5 morale through the entire team starting week 1. And from that point on, it was downhill. It was downhill all the way. Couldn't recover from it. So now I never answer those storylines, coaching story. No, fuck you, but I'm not answering that bullshit.
Now a play fake, and it's Goff. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete. And trying to find Jamison Williams, and it's 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Goff going to move his guys around a bit.
Oh, excuse me. What's up, Leo? What's going, bud? Let's stand there, please.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 29-yard line. 14 yards that time for number 14. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender.
Nice job, offense. Nice job. Gave me just enough time.
The key to any screen play is all in the deception. And that means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short game.
He's got his man on the crossing route. First target, first catch, and a 1st down.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the 1st down.
Quick toss by Goff is complete. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short. They will run for the first time with David Montgomery. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. 3rd down and 1. Gone. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Sam Laporta from 3 yards out. And the Lions are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting run, so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. Still going past the 30.
Oh, you
finally
motherfuckers.
runs out of gas, but not before he's inside the 10-yard line.
Similar to golf, you never want to count a score before it actually happens, but you have to figure they thought they were going to get 6 on that play. Great effort to keep them out of the end zone, but a big-time return.
Wow, you fucking super juked me. What the fuck?
Bijan Robinson, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Falcons have taken the lead.
All right, guys, we might have the trap game right here.
You're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line. And
Not that I didn't overlook him.
Maybe we'll run it here on 1st down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for
Miss it, bud. Miss it, miss it, miss it.
So this is a bonus right here. What a great run.
Been doing this too long. You don't miss field goals.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7.
That's the only time you miss him, or we miss him as a lag. I had a guy yesterday, he missed 2 extra points. Oh, and it wasn't lag. He just, I don't know what it was. Bad day.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. 2nd down, and they go back to Gibbs.
Oh, get it, man. Hell yeah. Good push.
Before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves them with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. Goff now looks to throw. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Defense was thinking run, and they're dealt a pass of just under 20 yards.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the 1st half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the 2nd half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves them with a 2nd and 3. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the 2nd quarter, 14-7. So from the 37, here's 2nd and 3. Now it's Goff. Setting up the screen. This is Gibbs. And he's going to get this down near the 25. The Lions passing game in sync now. They've got another 1st down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
Ooh, there's a lag right there.
Releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The
Definitely a
defense
momentary
had other ideas, and they're
speed
trying to
bump.
mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now back to the ground. Here's Gibbs. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Ah!
Into a crowd and intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates.
Yeah.
And the Falcons are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And with a 14-7 lead, they might just be happy to take this thing on into the tunnel.
Good job, defense. Good job.
Down after losing yardage at the 10. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on 1st down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away.
What's up, you guys ready to go outside? Now you guys are ready. When I occupy myself to something, now you're ready.
Else running a pattern that should be open.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
Damn it. Could have used that score. Get the ball 2nd half and go down and do it again. But
ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back.
It ain't going down like that.
On EA Sports. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline. You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line. Here's 3rd and 6. Goff going to shift him around. He'll drop to throw. And this pass broken up.
Going for it, man. We ain't got no 4th down rules. I'm going for it.
4th down.
Good, clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials.
Oh,
turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3 and out.
Man coverage, okay. Come on, Gibbs. We need some spectacular out of you right now.
Here we go on 4th. Goff.
Oh, he snatched it. Ooh. Ooh.
Across midfield down to the 45.
That was really close.
Decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down.
And that's a big pickup of a 1st down. And you know all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up, because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. Call it a gain of a yard, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down on his play sheet.
Oh!
This is one that's going to be intercepted. And the Falcons are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
Well, I certainly think that we're seeing a big reason why this team has struggled to put points on the board so far, because too many of their drives have ended in turnovers already, and we still have almost a full half of football yet to play.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
That's a good piece of quarterbacking right there, because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
2nd and 10. Robinson up the middle.
Damn, guys.
Some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to 47. 48 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
A play fake. Now Penix. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 15 yards, first down, Atlanta. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
To the air, Penix. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. No gain on the play. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage, because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. John Franklin Myers, the one in there to drop.
All right, guys, we got to stop. We need to go down there and score. We got picked off in 2 drives.
Falcon kicker Younghoe Koo. Koo knocks this one through the post.
We'll put 7 up.
They will move up by
Keep it tight.
10 now.
Keep it competitive.
17-7. Well, whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin this second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Gibbs straight ahead. And some room to run now. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Goff now looking to throw.
God damn it.
Again, Goff is intercepted. And the Falcons are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he throws.
And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Well, give him credit for trying, but there's no fooling the defense with that call. They were reading run, and they set up to stop the run, and then executed.
Now 2nd and 9. Robinson with another carry. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Falcons. They've got the football. They've got the lead as we get set to start the 4th. The offense on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Robinson will try to pick it up. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
Yep,
one of the
step
differences
behind
in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. They'll go play action here with Penix. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Here's Penix.
Oh!
30. Touchdown, Falcons. Drake London, his 2nd touchdown of the game, 17th on the year.
Damn, dog, why don't you play like this the rest of the season? You might make a good push.
The gap further here in the 4th quarter. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
Yeah, because I want your ass in the playoffs. I want a revenge game now.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big 4th quarter hole. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this 2nd half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Goff now to throw. That's to the tight end, Laporta. And he's got room. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Goff. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Now Goff looking to change the play. Again, he'll drop to throw.
Ooh.
And he rifles one incomplete.
That's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now Goff.
Ah.
Zone, but it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
So it's 3rd and goal, and now the question, can this Falcon defense stand tall once more? Now it's Goff off the bootleg. Out to it. Open man, and he's got Williams. Touchdown, Lions.
Good job, Williams. Good job, bud.
2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Lions have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. All right, so this one not quite over yet. Back to a 2-score game, CD.
Yeah, and you've still got 4+ minutes to go. So when you think about,
man, guys, we threw 3 turnovers, man. 3 turnovers cost us big time. We got points on all of them.
Comeback story and play this one out.
We've been hot, though. We've been hot with the Lions, so it was only a matter of time.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock, and this is 2nd and less than a yard. Straight ahead, it's Robinson, and he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 73 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
They'll throw with Penix. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
One thing I do know that offensive linemen like, they like a guy who's carrying the ball that will take what is blocked. Not try and create a big play and maybe take a loss, not try and go where the blocking isn't. But if it's just all that's there and you just put your head and your shoulders down and get that, you get the respect of the big guys up front.
Taken down on the play by Aiden Hutchinson. And now defensively they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. They work now on 2nd and 9. They'll run again here with Robinson.
And guys, get him, bring him down.
Close to a first at the Lions 33. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. They get 5 out of that.
Wow, bud, good game, good game.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there and worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. And how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback.
Hard, he's pulling hard.
14 yards there on a Falcon first down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners. taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Hand off now to Robinson. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Well, the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. As it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2.
See you in the next one, man. I hope you make the playoffs.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
Good luck.
It's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right? Just us against the world and get it done. How happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. So time runs out. It's
damn, guys.
For the Atlanta Falcons.
I just got the Al right now.
So much about the turnover
trap game got me.
Who wins, who loses. This game, no exception.
Tinsley got me, man. Tinsley played a good game.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle. Go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.
Damn.
So for
Picked me
Atlanta,
off 3
their
fucking
very
times.
slim
Man.
playoff hopes remain as they move to 6 and 7 on the year.
Bad
and they'll
game
get
on
another
my
road
end.
test
I haven't played
next
that
week
bad
as
in a
they
while.
head to Arizona to take on the Cardinals.
That sucks.
Meanwhile, for
58%
Detroit,
completion
it's
percentage.
just their 3rd loss as they
He
fall
didn't even do
now
anything
to
on
10
offense,
and
man.
3. And they'll try to get
Running
back
back
on
was
track
playing
next
solid,
week
breaking all
as
the
they head up to
tackles.
Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills.
He was getting those first
And
downs.
for Charles Davis and our entire
Damn.
crew here at EA Sports,
London
I'm
was a
Brandon
fucking
Gaudin.
son of a
Thanks so long,
bitch, but
everybody.
he hit him twice for 2 touchdowns. Yeah, I didn't pick him off once. Not once did I get him. We got a sack on him. Got an INT for him. I didn't get nothing on him. Nothing. I couldn't get no pressure on him. Nothing. What a fucking drag. Anyways, we'll see you guys in the next one.